Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I'm very honored to have you connecting in with us. We've been focusing on springing forward in March, and as we're stretching into April, we like to talk about how do we keep springing forward, keep moving forward, particularly when those storms happen. Not if, but when. When we have those unexpected things come up, how do we continue to move forward? We have a couple of amazing experts that are joining us today that are going to help us with this, help us become empowered as we continue to move forward, talking about self-care and how to build some really powerful habits. I was leading a training this morning. We have a group called the Global Shine Community for experts and leaders, and we were talking about how do we keep moving forward when those unexpected challenges happen. And one of the things that we talked about was the concept of having an emergency kit. Now, here in California, we deal with earthquakes quite a bit. And so a lot of us have those earthquake kits, and we know exactly what to do should an earthquake happen. Like, we prepare, we know that that'll happen at some point, and what is our plan of action? How do we connect? How do we communicate? But I think we go through life sometimes kind of being shocked or surprised when those unexpected things happen, or a crisis or an emergency of some sort, and we don't know what to do. And so we can freeze, we can ignore, we can go into unhealthy patterns or hide, all kinds of different things. And I think if instead we can prepare so that we know what to do when those emergencies or crises or unexpected things happen. And one of the things I encourage is stop, pause, breathe. Sometimes we just kind of keep moving, but if we have a moment, even if it's 30 seconds, a minute, we can just stop, pause for a moment, and breathe. You get oxygen throughout your body. You can make clearer decisions. You can actually see the smoke settle in a sense and decide a course of action and be able to move in a way that makes sense for you. So that's a practice I encourage us to build into our life when those unexpected things happen. And there are ways that we can live our daily life that is going to set us up for success. There are habits that we can incorporate into our life. There are ways of being that can help us continue to spring forward, continue to move forward no matter what. And we're going to look at this concept of having seasonal habits for self-care, that we can actually tap into the energy of the season and build practices and rituals and routines that can really support us in a powerful way. And tapping into wisdom and information to release old energy, continue to move forward into that which serves and all that we are becoming. So we've got a wonderful show lined up just for you. So I'm so honored that you're here. But I want you to get the most out of our time together today. I'm going to invite you to be very present. Breathing, becoming fully present. We can try to multitask and get ourselves distracted. And I want to really claim this time for you, because if you're here, it isn't by accident. It means there is something here for you. And I want you to be able to fully receive it and integrate it into your life. But that does take being fully present. So those of you who are driving, please stay safe, inwardly tuning in. Those of you who are able to, I invite you to put both feet on the floor. Take in a deep breath through your nose. See how big you can make your belly? And then out through your mouth like through a straw. Take another breath. And this time, as you're breathing out, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing everything in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Keep breathing. Eyes closed. You're absolutely safe. This is time and space just for you. And in this quietness, as we think about habits for self-care, if we think about moving forward no matter what are things that we need? What is something that we need to support us on our journey? Encourage us. It can be something on a practical level or a profound level. But as we feel into developing powerful practices to help you move forward no matter what is it that you need? And I'm going to add to this that you are willing to receive, because you have choice. Sometimes we get attached to how things are going to come. I'm going to invite you to release that. Not be attached to how, but really digging into, feeling into what it is that you need, that you are willing to receive. Let's receive that information. Breathe it in. Wonderful. Come back into the room, eyes open, fully alert, and I invite you to actually write down what it is that you need. Draw a picture if it came in a picture form, an energy form. Capture what it is that you need and are willing to receive. Because I want you to be fully present, not concerned about forgetting. You've got it right there for safekeeping. And I want you to keep it top of mind so that you're actively on the lookout for exactly what it is that you need, open to however it may come, and you're willing to receive it. Because we can miss things. We can forget and get distracted and miss that very thing that we need. So I want to invite you to be diligent, open, ready to receive exactly what it is that you need, real time, and I'm even hoping in our time together today that you will be able to receive exactly what it is that you need, so that as you go back out into the world, you are doing so in an empowered, centered, and powerful way. Let's breathe that in. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go around our virtual room here. We have amazing experts that are joining us today, and I'm going to invite them to just share, 30 seconds or less, something that when we paused for a moment was laid on their heart, or they were reminded of, or were led to share. So with that, Lisa, I would love for you to share what was laid on your heart.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. So really the deep opening of my heart and the willingness and desire to expand community, to share, to love, to really create a deeper, continuous, constant, heartfelt community. That's really coming up as so important.
I can feel there was almost like waves of this beautiful, loving energy that you were sharing out as you listed all of the features that you're seeing in that, and the different dimensions almost of this beautiful community and connection. Oh, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And Randi, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
Thank you. Well, what's up for me right now is that I have a 16-year-old daughter that I'm parenting with my husband, and we've been looking at colleges, and we did the college tour during spring break, and it was grueling, it was exhausting, it was overwhelming, but it was also very lovely to see it's always lovely to see one's child bloom and grow and move through their different stages. But this is a particularly bittersweet phase because I realize I'm preparing to send her off into the world. And so every day I struggle with with that letting go and knowing that that is the ultimate paradox of parenthood, is that if we do it right, we are preparing our children to go out into the world to be their best selves, and yet our instinct is to grip, hold, and squeeze tightly and not let them go. So every day I sort of wrestle with that paradox of mothering, and just realizing that it's a really beautiful, sweet spot to be in. And as I've been doing this now for 16 years, almost 17, I realized that that's kind of the way that it is. And I just ask in my meditations and in my prayers to just be the best mother that I can be, to be open-hearted, to be patient, and to have gratitude for the exact spot that we find ourselves in together on this journey as mother and daughter.
Well, thank you for sharing with us and entrusting this part of the journey with us. And I love how you're embracing the moment and honoring both parts of that paradox that you're in this journey. And just know that we are lifting you up, you and your daughter and your family, as you're on this brink of kind of those next stages, those next phases on the journey.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, listeners, how about you? What was laid on your heart and in your mind and in your spirit when you stopped and paused for a moment? Sometimes we can be surprised by what comes up, kind of bubbles to the surface. And I want to encourage you, as we go into our first commercial break, to stay present. Resist the urge to run off and cross things off the to-do list. Instead, really give yourself the gift, the luxury of these 2 minutes to process what's being laid on your heart, receive, even state and claim what it is that you need and are willing to receive, and honor any emotions, any feelings that come up. And I encourage you to breathe deeply, honor what's being laid on your heart, and make sure to join us for this next segment as we give you some great tips and tools to support you on your journey. Enjoy these next 2 minutes.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
If you've always wanted to take the lead in your life, but you don't believe you are a leader, then it's time to change that mindset. Leadership expert Linda Patton will help you discover the powerful leader that lives within and teach you the leadership skills that will transform your business and your life. Stepping into your leadership brings reality to your vision, and leadership can be learned. Find out more on Leadership Stars every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Women's Channel.
These days, everyone is looking for information on staying young, healthy, and fit. The Voice America Health and Wellness Network is here to help you on your quest to better health and a better you. We talk about everything from diet, fitness, and aging to substance abuse, personal growth, mental health, and much more. Learn from our experts who cover health and wellness from traditional and holistic perspectives. Tune in to the Voice America Health and Wellness Network. Healthy living starts here.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, giving yourself that opportunity to pause, breathe, process, integrate, real time. You're going to have the opportunity throughout our show to have these 2-minute moments, really building those muscles, allowing yourself the opportunity to integrate real time what is being spoken into your heart and into your spirit, so that when you go back out into the world, it's already becoming part of you. But let's tune in, breathe as we connect in. Our first guest experts, I'm going to formally introduce to you, but I want you to just connect the heart and the voice with the name. So this is Randi Ragan. And she was sharing a little bit about her 16-year-old daughter, and as they're on this journey of looking at colleges and all that is involved in that, and that gripping tight and that releasing and the celebrating and the mixture of emotions that comes up with that. And Randi is a holistic well-being expert, an author, a speaker, a mindfulness teacher, and green living entrepreneur. She is absolutely passionate about helping you become mindful, heal, and develop practices to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Randi Ragan to the show. Welcome.
So honored to be here. Thank you for having me. I love your work, and I'd love to be able to talk to you more about it.
Well, thank you, Randi. I'm very excited to have you joining us. And I wanted to just remind everybody the voice and the share from our opening segment, because to me, you are walking your talk and you're being mindful in all that you're doing with this transition. So I just thought that was really, really beautiful. And I'd love for you to share with our listeners why this work of helping people become mindful and develop these practices to nourish their mind, body, soul, and spirit. Why is that work so important to you?
Well, I think it stems from wanting to expand the possibilities of community. And I started teaching yoga and meditation classes years ago as a result of being burned out working in Hollywood. And I was looking for a way to kind of, just find myself and not go crazy. And so I found yoga. I began teaching it. And then I started my green living business, where we provided spa and well-being and beauty services on a mobile basis here in Los Angeles. And then people would ask me so many questions about this, that, and the other that I thought, there's got to be a way to communicate this all in one place. And so I came up with the idea to write a book. And it's sort of just been this unfolding path of discovery that I share with others. So as I'm learning about and experiencing things on my own path, as I age, as I become a mother, as I become a businesswoman, as I become an author, as I deal with aging parents and the death of my parents, just all of the things that happen on our normal paths, I just found a way to share, because I feel like we're all going through this in one way, shape, or form. And like I said, it's good to form community around all these issues and experiences.
Well, and I love that. I love that you are bringing from your own journey that you're sharing along the way and reminding all of us that we don't have to do it alone. It can absolutely be in community. And I love that you bring people together, that you support them in that way, and that you're willing to open up your life journey to support and teach others. So that's really, really beautiful. Absolutely. And I know that you believe in having daily habits of self-care, that's really important. Would you mind explaining what is a daily habit of self-care and why are they important for us?
Well, I think that the baseline question that we need to continually ask ourselves is, what is my duty to self? What do I owe myself to become the person I want to be the most authentic human that I can be, to live in my truth and as often as possible, and to be of service to others on an ongoing basis. And the way that I think that we start to develop these practices is to, on a daily basis, look at the way we've structured our lives from the moment that we wake up to the moment that we go to sleep. And that encompasses every single thing that we do, from what we choose to eat, what we choose to have in our homes, our line of work, how we choose to be out in the world, what our relationships are, what our consumer habits are, what our downtime consists of, what our recreational time consists of, every single thing that goes into making up your life as a person. And the habits, the practices, can become meaningful and purpose-driven. They don't have to be mindless. Mm-hmm. They can have connection. They can support other people. You can choose to live consciously through your purchasing habits. And then, again, you can choose to support yourself through your nutrition, through your exercise, through your connection to nature, through your spiritual life. So all of these things become habits that we can put into play, as you said earlier, when we have crisis moments or when we have challenging moments in our lives. Then we can start to put this into real practice.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. As you were sharing, I was getting kind of this picture in my head, or this vision in my head as you're sharing these, being mindful of all the different decisions that we have made, whether we were aware or not, that is creating our environment, that how we're spending our dollars, our energy, all of that, what we bring into our home, what we don't. And it really struck me powerfully that those decisions not only are making up our day, but our week, our month, our year, and our life. So we're actually creating with our habits and our choices our life. And if we can tap into it on a purposeful way, because I feel like so many people out there are looking for purpose and passion. But to me, it's feeling like, as you're sharing, that it's really tapping into what we're saying yes and no to on a daily basis, what we're bringing into our life. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that one can feel empowered by learning how to distinguish between what deserves a yes and what deserves a no in our lives. Mm-hmm. There's equal power to both. And it's not just eliminating things, but it's saying mm-hmm. yes to things because you've chosen, mm-hmm. and you haven't let those decisions been made for you. So for me, and as we're talking about where we are in this time of mm-hmm. year in the spring, it's a time of renewal. I mean, my whole book is about organizing your habits around seasonal rhythms and seasonal mm-hmm. flow, and looking to nature for inspiration about where we can be. So spring is about renewal, starting over, starting fresh, new beginnings. We take our cues from nature. We look out our window. We take a walk around. We see new life springing up all around us. We feel the air change. We smell the aromas and the interplay of things on our skin. The air temperature is different. Everything is alive. And so this is the perfect time to, I think, spring clean. Get in there, mm-hmm. maybe throw things out that you don't need, re-examine your health habits, go through your pantries, your drawers, your closets, and just take a little bit of time to reassess. I think coming to a place where you feel a little bit refreshed can give you the boost, can give you the insight where you might feel stuck, or you might feel you've closed off and you're not allowing the flow to come through the way that it could.
Oh, I thank you for sharing. And listeners, I want to encourage you as we're sharing and talking that maybe just add a couple things that you want to start to incorporate. Thinking about embracing the season and stepping out and experiencing it, really being mindful. I love how you were talking about the sense and using all the senses and experiencing it. And also really looking inside, are there things to clear out, to release that will give you more boost and energy? Now, we are getting close on time here, but I also wanted to touch in on what is something that is essential in our self-care when we are experiencing a crisis, because with spring we can get those rainstorms, so I love to find that silver lining and have some ways to navigate through.
Sure. So putting things into your toolkit that you know bring you calmness, that nurture you, that give you a sense of safety. This can be anything from aromatherapy. Scent is a very, very powerful tool. Aroma and smell are very powerful tools to bring you into an altered state, to move you out of a sense of panic and crisis and into a state of being able to stay calm and focus. So having aromas, aromatherapy, essentially essential oils around you, can be a very powerful tool. Knowing that you need guidance before you go to sleep, maybe to help you sleep. So self-guided meditations or guided meditations that you've downloaded that you listen to can help you move into a state of sleep that's more efficient and more restful. By all means, supporting ourselves with food and nutrition, moving away from foods that cause us to crash and moving toward foods that give us sustained energy, that are clean, that are fresh, that are organic, that really do nurture our bodies. These are really simple but effective things.
I thank you, and I'm a big believer in essential oils. I have a whole library of them that I use on a daily basis. But you're right, when there is a crisis situation, there's different types of oils I'll use at different times. So I'd be curious, what are your top go-to when there's a crisis oils?
So cypress is a really great oil. It's known for its calming properties, and it really does. The molecules of the oil affect the brain and cause it to slow down and calm down.
Great. And we just have about 30 seconds, just so you know. So I still want to get those other two oils in.
Yeah, so cypress is really great. Lavender is a very, very well-known calming oil. And then my third most favorite pick is vetiver. It's an ancient oil. It's extracted from grasses, and it's very earthy, and it's very good for grounding. So what happens with a lot of people when they tend to get in crisis mode is that they get scattered. So it really does bring us down and puts our feet firmly on the earth and grounds us in a very powerful way.
Beautiful. And I love that you were easily able to just list three and knew exactly how they worked for you. And listeners, I want to encourage you to think about kind of knowing those top three, whether it's essential oils or tools that you're going to use in your emergency kit, because when you become ungrounded, when you get into a crisis mode, you want it to be easy and kind of know exactly where to go to support you, nourish you, so that you can move through that crisis in a more empowered way. Oh, Randi, I want to thank you for sharing. You shared so much valuable information with us today. I really appreciate it.
It's been my pleasure.
And listeners, we're getting ready to go to our next commercial break. So remember, this is 2 minutes for you to be still, pause, breathe, process, and integrate. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog, Press Pass? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective. Plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at vapresspass.com. That's vapresspass.com. VA Press Pass by Voice America. All access, all the time.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. You'll have one more opportunity to pause, breathe, and integrate. But as we come back, I wanted to dig into the conversation here on the empowerment side and how to really help you tap into wisdom and healing and guidance in your life. We've started with some habits that we can build into our life practices so that we're building a life on purpose and with purpose. And I want you to bring into that mixture wisdom, healing, and guidance to support you on your journey. So our next expert, Lisa Barnett, is an international best-selling author, founder of the Akashic Knowing, and she's which is the Akashic Knowing School of Wisdom. I want to make sure I get the full title there. So School of Wisdom. And she's absolutely passionate about helping you discover how to tap into. She wants to become empowered, tapping into tools that will help bring wisdom, healing, and guidance into your life. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Lisa Barnett to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was so sweet. Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm excited to have you joining us today. And I would love to have you share why. Why is this work of helping people tap into this wisdom? Why is that so important to you?
Well, what I have found is that there are so many amazing kind of energetic tools, and there's so much really great wisdom that we hold personally. And so many of us really believe that we're living in this, kind of simple human life, where we have these five senses and that's it. We go about the world or about our daily lives. But what I have found is that there's just so much more, and that everything really is made up of energy. And when we can raise our energetic vibration, a lot of the heavy, dense thoughts, feelings, pain really drop away with ease and grace. And so when we can access our soul's guidance, when we can understand that our souls are so infinite and wise, it can transform your life with just, amazing speed.
I can hear your passion and your excitement, and I love that. But yes, if we can tap into that and raise our vibration, those heavier energies that kind of can drag us down don't stick, don't match, don't stay with us. So I think it's really powerful that you have the ability to help us discover how to do that, how to really tap into beyond the five senses that we frequently talk about. I feel like it's important to tap into the five senses, but to bring that other level as well can help us increase our vibration and live in a purposeful and powerful way. Oh, to support our conversation, I want to make sure we're kind of all on the same page and we know what we're talking about. So I would love for you to talk about the Akashic Records. What is this? What are they? And how do they support us?
So the Akashic Records are the records of your soul's journey through time immemorial. If you imagine that at some point, billions or zillions of years ago, your soul individuated from Source and decided to take a journey. And everything you've ever been or done is recorded. And you can imagine it like you have a whole library. Each book is a book of a life, and you've had hundreds and thousands of lifetimes here and other planes and dimensions. And that library, not only is it your own personal Akashic library, but you have record keepers, you have your own librarians, and they're here to help, support, and guide you. So you don't have to stumble around in this huge library all by yourself. There are beautiful, pure beings of divine light and love who are here to assist you. So each and every person has this Akashic record, and it's been known for course, thousands of years. It's been referred to in the Bible as the Book of Life. Akasha is a Sanskrit word that has been written about over thousands of years. And it's really actually been referred to in many different spiritual writings through the last few thousand years. And so it's not a new concept. What even the quantum physicists are realizing is that this is a part of the quantum field of the all, where everything is held and recorded.
Wow, powerful. I appreciate you sharing this because I've heard of the Akashic Records, but I hadn't realized that there are these beings that can help us in the big library. So that's actually really encouraging and exciting. Not only that there is this powerful record that we can tap into, but that we can get support along the way and how to use this information, how to access it, and how to, I'm assuming, incorporate it into our lives. Is that true, or what would you like to add to that?
Yes, absolutely. So part of the idea is that when we decide to come to the earth, we write a soul plan. We come with purpose. And even though we may wonder why we're having such a challenging time, or why, we've picked a certain type of family that we don't resonate with, or, why we have different physical challenges, whatever it might be, we make a plan. We come to learn and to grow as souls, because as souls we're infinite. And so it would be boring if we just came and, it would be nice, and sometimes we actually do kind of come have vacation. Here we call them we call that a rest life. Mm-hmm. But for most of us, we're learning and growing in really the world, the life school, the school of the amazing earth. And so the five senses are, of course, phenomenal and important. That's why we come here. No place like it. but we are so multidimensional that there is so much more to us than just what meets the eye. And so when we can understand what we wanted to learn, the soul contracts we have with our family members, our loved ones, people in our lives, maybe what karma we came to understand, the lessons we want to learn from that karmic process, so that we can move forward as wiser, more mature souls after a lifetime.
And how does, in this growth and this learning journey that we get to have here, how does that tie into the choices we get to make too, and perhaps releasing old energy, things that are not serving us, and moving forward? How does that tie together?
Well, part of the way it works is when we look at a soul plan and we think, I have some old karma that I've come to learn about. And when the record keepers talk about karma, it's not that we've been bad, that we've done something wrong and we're being punished. It's always about learning and understanding and growing. And so for maybe, quite a few lifetimes, you were stuck in kind of a cycle of blame and victimhood. And you were always, every challenge you had, you were blaming those people around you, and you felt like you were a victim and that you felt helpless and hopeless. Mm-hmm. And it might take you quite a few different lifetimes to come to a place where you start to see a bigger picture and understand that there are some other choices, and that maybe part of what's happening is already part of your choice. Maybe it's the way you're treating other people, or, the way you're presenting in the world. And so as we start to understand this, we can also realize that how fully compassion and forgiveness play into our lives. Mm-hmm. So when we're loving and forgiving and compassionate of those around us, we tend to find that life is a little bit easier. People, we get along better with other people around us, right? Mm-hmm. So we may be starting to learn, instead of blaming someone, maybe we can be compassionate about their situation and what's going on in their life. And then maybe we can forgive them because they maybe weren't so nice to you. But it's because they were stuck in their own pain, right? So as we're learning and growing, we're actually clearing and releasing some of the old stuck energy of the karma. We're letting it go naturally as we're moving into our hearts and into a place of compassion and forgiveness.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing how that all ties together. And there's a gentleness in that journey and healing, it feels, as you're sharing as well. And that we have choice in that brings us to a more empowered place than that being a victim type of situation. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. And I know you've prepared an amazing gift, and I would love for you to share about it with our listeners today.
Oh, of course. So I would love to offer everyone a very simple tool to bring more joy and fulfillment and into your life. And these are beautiful healing prayers that I've been given through the Akashic Records, and they hold this pure divine vibration of love to help you heal. So when we do these prayers, this gift has 23 healing prayers in it, and they help to expand your awareness, to raise your vibration. They help to align you to your soul wisdom and guidance. And so doing simple prayers such as these in the book allow you to really open your heart, see the world with new eyes, and align to your soul's guidance.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for making this available. I'm going to let our listeners know how to find it. I appreciate the generous gift. And listeners, as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, our 2 minutes just for you to pause, breathe, integrate, and perhaps expand that view a bit, I'd love to let you know how to find her gift. you go to radiogifts.net. So that's radio gifts, plural, with an s.net. You put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you'll scroll down to today's date, which is April 10th. And you'll see Lisa's picture, a description of her beautiful gift. It's an ebook with these powerful prayers. And I encourage you to lean in and say yes. You would just put your name and email address in again so that she can send that information to you, and you'll be able to connect in on a deeper level with Lisa as well. Let's all take a breath together. I will remind you how to find the gift page if you didn't capture all of that. Really enjoy these next 2 moments just for you. And when you come back, we've got a final piece of advice and tip that we want to share with you. So we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. And I wanted to make sure I gave you that page again because it actually holds a library of resources to support you. And they're all free. They've been contributed by our amazing guests to support you on your journey. And just like we opened our show, we were talking about self-care. We were talking about springing forward and really bringing into your life the things that will help you continue to move forward, those habits, those practices, those ways of being that can help you keep moving forward, developing that self-care kit, really knowing where to go to, what to do when that emergency or crisis hits. Oh, you may find some rich and powerful opportunities that you can tap into within that library. So let me give you the link again. It's radiogifts.net. So radiogifts.net. voiceamerica.net, a net full of multiple gifts, and you will find multiple gifts and experts and resources to support you on your journey. Lisa's gift you're going to find under today's date, which is April 10th. So I encourage you to make sure you check that out after the show, and we'd love for you to reach in and say yes to as many of those opportunities as will support you on your journey. And I asked our experts behind the scenes if they would each share with you just a final thought or a prayer or something to help inspire and encourage you as you go back out into the world. And they both generously leaned in and said yes. So Randi, I would love for you to share what was on your heart.
So today is another beautiful spring day, and I mean that sincerely. It doesn't matter if it's raining or snowing or sleeting or freezing or warm and beautiful and sunny. It's a spring day. And I would just encourage everyone to get out and enjoy this beautiful time of year. Really do it without distraction. See if you can keep your earbuds out of your ears and your phone calls, dialed down. And just take a solitary walk on a regular basis, once a week, once a day, and let yourself enjoy and really mindfully take in the bounty of miracles that are happening all around us during this beautiful season, and let it inspire you.
Beautiful. Let's breathe that in. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And Lisa, what was on your heart?
I would love to share a prayer for world peace.
Beautiful, yes.
So as we breathe into our hearts, allowing yourself to know and hold in your heart, I am peace, and this peace permeates my heart. As I feel it in the depth of my soul, I experience this peace to embrace the world, and I expand this love throughout my community. I am peace. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for humanity. And so it is. Blessed be.
And so it is. Beautiful. I'm just breathing that in with all of you, heart to heart, as we bring that prayer to the world. And I'm even thinking how beautiful it would be to have that prayer and your other prayers as we're kind of echoing in our spirit as we're stepping outside, appreciating the season, bringing that into observing all the growth around us, breathing in all of that beautiful spring energy, whether it is sleeting or raining or shining, that we can really celebrate and embrace all. As we go back out into the world, listeners, I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that we have helped you move forward on those things that matter most to you, that thing that you need, that you're looking for, there has been some positive movement for you in that. And remember to keep looking for what it is you need and be willing to breathe in and receive, because you are a precious gift. You were made for such a time as this. There is no one else just like you. So I want to encourage you as you go out into the world, be willing to share your life with another, your gifts, your talents, your abilities, that wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always be willing to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.